everybody. Hey, over there. Can you hear me over there? How about you guys way up in the back there? The 300 section, yeah? Over there. Can you hear me? Yeah? Are you guys like thinking she's losing it? You didn't see the fireworks and the backup dancers I had here? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Make it work. Sprinkle some magic.
Phew. What I am here to talk to you about today is vision, belief, imagination. And what I love so much about our days so far already is how those words have come up already multiple times from multiple amazing people. And I think if there's one of the things I've learned in my now over a decade here, it's that there's a lot of the same seeds. And when it gets planted in you, who knows? And when it flowers in you, who knows? And when it lands in somebody else, who knows? But I do know that in my experience in life, it has been imagination that has been able to guide me. And you're all here and you've taken various steps to be here. Some of you have flown, some of you have gotten sitters and dog sitters and driven the Toronto traffic and all the way from Sarnia, woo. And so there's a reason you're here, right? And I don't know what that is. And what I love the most about this world is that everybody has a different reason to be here. And I want to give you permission to know that your reason's enough. And as you're watching people share their story, don't for a second think like, oh, I don't have that going on, and I don't have that, and maybe mine's not big enough. We don't have reasoned judgment here in Isogenics. We really don't have any judgment in Isogenics, which is why people think it's so weird. You will start to see that it's strange to people that people actually care about you. You'll start to see that it's strange that people actually want you to succeed. You'll start to see that it's strange that people give you their secrets so that you can actually go past them. That's strange to those people. And the longer you're here, the more you'll understand that they're the strange ones in all their glory as well. But we get to root into the reason that we're here. And what I have found in my life is that having future memories, having an ability to visualize, and we go through these exercises all the time, and you're going to be taken on many journeys over this weekend that are going to ask you, to think about your life and to imagine. And for some people, I know that's difficult. When I used to be in the seats and heard somebody say, what's your vision for your life? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't think that big. I can't think past 3 o'clock today. Like you're talking, oh, change the world. And I'm like, I don't know how to make it myself. So before networking, I was a burnt out mom that was really feeling a little sad that I was not fully fulfilled in motherhood. I was blessed to be a stay-at-home mom to my 3 little kids. And one day I looked at myself in this photo when I was on a girls' trip in Vegas. And this was my sexy swimsuit I bought. And I was like, I'm rocking it out, rocking it out. And I thought to myself, what's going on? Where did I lost myself? And very much like the video tape that Shannon talked about, I read a thing called a magazine. It was a paper, Oxygen magazine, and I would sit on the couch when my kids napped. I had 3 kids in 3 years, so I had them all napping, and I would get Eggo waffles, Doritos, and sit on the couch and flip through fitness magazines and tell myself they're happy because they're fit, but they don't have kids and they don't have life and they're not 38, 39 years old. But then I started to think about what if? And so I started to think about what could happen. And I didn't know. I just thought about the next thing and then the next thing. And I started working out and I started to feel better taking care of myself. At the same time, I found myself becoming a single mom. I hadn't worked for 11 years, so now I'm like, oh shoot, what's one gonna do? Well, one gets a job, right? So I got a job at Lululemon. was 40 years old, working Lululemon, you know, down in Yorkville, being the boozy, you know, the boozy biatch that I used to be. Now I'm like serving them inside going, what happened? But when I was at that job, I was first asked the question of, what do you want? And I know it was because they wanted me to say, well, I want to go to corporate at Lululemon, and I'm here for you for the rest of my life. But it was the first time I was asked to create a vision. And I had also been introduced to the industry of network marketing, because it doesn't take very long for somebody to tell you this is how much you're worth an hour, get a babysitter when your kid is sick, work evenings, and you know you can't pee until 6:15, till you think that maybe this is not the way. And so when I went to the first event of my first network marketing company, the gentleman had us visualize. What if? What could life be like? At the same time, I started working out and having goals of competing in fitness. So I'm at the gym, obsessed with that, on the step mill, hours and hours and hours and hours. And I was Googling, you know, because we didn't even have TikTok or Instagram then, so just Google, YouTube, fitness motivation. And God loved the fitness community. I know a lot of my sisters and brothers are here in it, but for some reason, back in the day, we used to think it was wise to have videos working out in like stripper heels and booty shorts and like trying to do squats with barbells. It's redonkulous. So anyway, I Google it, and I'd find these videos. And over top of all these videos was my first foray into personal development. I would hear somebody called Les Brown say, you gotta be hungry. And I would hear Tony Robbins talk about decisions. Decisions, you can change your life when in a decision, in a moment. I would hear Eric, the hip hop preacher, Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, you gotta be hungry. When you want success as bad as you wanna breathe, you'll go for it. And so here I'm on this step mill, like, I need a great ass. I need a great ass. I'll be worthy when I win a show, you know? But what I was doing was training my brain to think about that in every stage of my life. So I started visualizing. I visualized myself inside of these magazines. I visualized myself winning shows, becoming a pro athlete. I visualized myself creating something. I found this at the same time. I visualized myself being able to say, see you later to the job, and be a full-time mom still, and be able to take care of my family in the same way that I did where I thought I had to be away from them. And through that, I was able to create those realities. And in that time, I didn't know that that was the vision, the future memories I was creating. I felt what it was going to be like to win the shows. I felt what it was going to be like to be in the magazines. I felt it in my core to know what it felt like for Theo Nur to call me and tell me I became a millionaire. I felt what it looked like to have this. So when I talk about that vision, I know we're going to be in stadiums again. And I know there's going to be sparklers and backup dancers, and all of you are going to have your time on the stage. I always thought about what my walk-on song was going to be. So I want you to all think about that as well. That's a very easy thing to do. Imagine yourself today, walk on this stage, stand here. Imagine looking out into the crowd, seeing your team. This is all what it takes. Because this is not easy. This is not easy. And sometimes when people join this industry, you know, they say, is it a pyramid scheme? But they actually want it to be one. Meaning, they join, say to 3 friends or post on social media, I'm doing this, and nobody says anything. And they expect money to just like, whoo, be thrown at them. It takes work. There's skills required here. And when I came in, I had full ego as a fitness pro. I was selling 30 days left, right, and center, but I wasn't coachable. I wasn't listening. I didn't know what that meant to kind of build depth, build a team, like whatever. And I've wanted to quit hundreds of times. I've wanted to quit so many times. I never had an upline. I had to show up for myself. And the reason I showed up for myself was because I had this vision. And the song that I came on today with is by Pink, and she's like, "Have I the courage to change?" And in my time here shown me so much about personal growth and development, and I'm obsessed with that. We are all capable and worthy of absolutely everything, and when you see that in yourself, you want it so bad in other people. And often when I say, like, do you have the courage to change, I think we default to be like, oh, that means I suck. That means I'm not good enough now. Oh, I have to change. That must mean I suck. And I want to remind you, no, but change is required. Let's imagine our amazing drinks are in a vending machine, right? I think there's still vending machines. I don't think there's payphones, but I think there's still vending machines. Okay, so let's say it's a loonie. For all of our American friends, that's a dollar bill. We have a loonie now. So let's say the drink is a loonie, and you have 3 quarters, and you go put the quarters in the vending machine, right? You want them so bad. Put in my quarters. Don't have any more change. Press the button. What does it say? Deposit more change. Deposit more change. Change is required. It's going to be required to make a phone call, to show up on social if you want. The first time you have somebody say yes and you say, oh, shizzle, now what do I do? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Some of you want the manual for ice right now before you even open your mouth. You can't have it. You can study it all you want, but you don't know what to do until you're in the moment of it. It is required for you to change. The other part, any of my fellow control freaks in the house here? Control freaks? Thank you for your honesty. You know, I am absolutely a control freak. And when I realized that I couldn't control what people thought, or who said yes, or what they did, or who did what, or who wanted brand partner, or who didn't, and who left, and who blah, 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 but I could control me and my thoughts and my feelings and how that influenced everything. I was like, giddy up. I can be a control freak again. But it's only on me. I get to own the outcome. And sometimes that's hard to hear. I remember someone, recruit yourself every day. Look at yourself in the mirror. Would you recruit you? And there's so many years I was like, hell no. This girl's all over the place. She's talking like she's doing, but she's not. You know, she's got a team, but she's at home crying her face off saying, I don't know if I can't lead. I don't know what to do. Like all these things. This is part of the journey. But we have to have a vision. You're not here to just see me. Maybe you are, no. You came, you put the time and effort to be here because you've got a vision. If I got to ask each and every one of you why you're here, there's something in your life that's not feeling so good. And maybe you're fabulous in all you're doing, but you want more. You want to help other people. You want to help people feel good. You want to help people cover off the cost of their products. You want to help people monetize their social media. Whatever it is, who knows? That's part of the learning part too, is that my desire is not your desire, not his desire. Everybody's desires are different. But a vision, an act, or power to anticipate, right? That's the future memories. Seeing it as already done. You guys have heard this. Most of you post the quotes all over your social media, but do you know it? Do you feel it? Are you taking the time to actually understand that this is the foundation of any change you want in your life? Physical, financial, spiritual, emotional, relationships. There's the you that's here now, feeling whatever. And then there's the you over there that's like, woo, killer cash, all the stuff, flying the things, and it's easy, and you know, not freaking out backstage before you come on stage, whatever it is, and you want to just jump, right? You want the pill, you want the quick fix, you want the secret sauce, you want to know, what, tell me, I don't want to go through the struggle, Carol. Please, just tell me how to do it easy, please. And the only way to get over that bridge is the belief in your vision. And in this community, we're so supported by other people, like, Those of you that are new, some of you, this is the very first time you've ever been in an event. You've only ever seen it on Zoom. Like, I hope you're starting to feel what happens, why we get on planes and go everywhere, and we're just so excited when we're around other people, because the energy in this room is different. You can actually believe in yourself here. Because we believe in you. And I am only here because other people believed in me. And the outside world didn't, and the fitness community didn't, and my spouse didn't, and my friends didn't, and nobody didn't. Nobody. But I had a vision. I had a desire to be with my kids. I just thought about, well, what's the problem? Like, let me just try this. I don't understand the big deal. I'm not taking out $500,000 loan and starting a business. It was the same in fitness shows. I said, if I was going to run a marathon, you'd be all out on the corner with banners saying, "Go, Carol." But because I'm strutting around in a bikini, you're like, "Oh my God, do you see what she's doing?" It's like, what the heck? It's okay. Because we're ignited in insanity. Hello. Are we insane? I would venture to say most of you are black sheeps of your family. Outside of the box thinkers, you know, the family's like, "Oh God, here she is again." Right? That's why we are so excited to be here together. Rooted in your reason. And it is like the reason, your why. Why are you here? There's a reason we talk about the why all the time. Because if you're rooted in, it doesn't matter, right? You're swaying, people come to knocks at you. Be grounded in your greatness because you are all great. And as I've really understood the process of evolution, how we get to really, really step into who we are, oh my gosh, there's no more freeing feeling than being able to know that you get to be whoever you are at your truth inside of this community. And it's not only welcomed, it's celebrated, right? And so having a vision is one thing, but I like to zone in on having a magnetic vision. And I don't know if you've ever done a vision board or like written things down, like, yeah, I want this and I want this. And maybe you've even gone to make a vision board and you're like, oh, there's some stuff. I'll cut them out of a magazine, which don't exist anymore or whatever. But if it's not unique to you, if it doesn't make you like wake up in the middle of the night or decide to not know what the next Netflix binge thing is because you're going to literally watch every video of Hayden's on YouTube for 12 weeks, right? Am I the only one that's ever done that? It's something that's unique to you. It's got to drive you. It's driven you here. I know you have a magnetic vision because you're here. There's a million other things to do. Do you know how many people should be here? A lot more. And that's no knock. Doesn't matter. This is your time. But if it's not magnetic and driven to us, like I can't have Kyle's. He can be awesome. He can have a great vision. But if it's not mine and I'm just trying to like, oh, that sounds good. Let me borrow Kyle's. And we sometimes have to do that, right? We have to borrow. Like, I don't know. How big can I dream? But I want you to spend this weekend to really get clear for yourself so that it magnetizes you, so it makes you do the things, makes you do the scary things. Vision really allows us to choose our friends. Think about whatever you do. If you're a runner, if you're a fisher person, if you're whatever. When you get around other people that are like that, you prefer that, right? It's that common interest thing. But if you don't have a vision and you just end up with the people at the cubicle or you end up with the people in the airplane or you end up with the people whatever, like suddenly you're just deep in negativity, you're deep in doubt, and then you're like, oh, well, I guess she's right, because that chick over there is like seeing fireballs and backup dancers, so she's crazy. It really does decide how we spend our time. Like, please don't let me hear you say you're busy. And please don't let me hear you say you don't have time. Don't, like, come on now. We have time for the things that are important to us. We find the time. This business is so flexible. You need a phone. You listen to stuff all day long. You just have an earbud in. You learn as you go. Having that vision allows you to play with your time, and then it creates your habits. I love habit stacking. I listen to stuff when I'm on the treadmill. I walk the dog. I do a call. I listen to something when I'm driving there. That's the benefit of this business that we have. And some of you are so new at it, you actually don't understand the next part that's coming. And I know Hayden's going to be training on the compensation plan tomorrow, and I want you to be here just like in it. Because it is when you see what's possible that you will be ignited even more. So I love this here. When I dare, this is a daring business. It really is. It's not for everyone. It really isn't. It can be, but it takes taking that dare to be powerful and use your strength in the service of your vision. I always love to say, my dream life is my boss. I never knew I was an entrepreneur. I just hated having bosses. I didn't know there was another thing. I would just like move from that job, move from that job, move from that job. Oh, maybe it'll be easier to have kids than work. But when I made my dream life, that magnetic vision, my boss, like think about it. If your dream life is your boss, and this is your vehicle, or a vehicle to get that, what would your boss say about you right now? Would they be like, we haven't seen you for 2.5 years? Would they say, oh, we sometimes see you on the Zoom, but you're never on camera? Would they say, you know, are you showing up? I found that to be really helpful for me to make that dream life my boss and check in all the time. And the more boundless your vision, and I get it. Remember I said at the beginning, I didn't know how to dream. I didn't know how to envision. I couldn't have imagined so many things, but I just imagined a little more, and then a little more. And then what happens is you start proving to yourself. The more boundless your vision, the more real you are. Like, anybody want to be real? Anyone tired of like being fake? And you're not meaning to be fake. We're not meaning to be fake. We're just like, we just become, oh, we need to be doing this, and I need to be doing that. Gosh, this is like a continual unlayering of like, who's Carol? Who's Carol? Carol's this crazy chick's got her own quote. If you want a different outcome, you must have a vision that is magnetically aligned to your unique desires. And that's so important, and it took me a long time to understand, because I thought I was getting, oh, I better make sure Mary Lou thinks my vision's big enough, Or if I better tell Mary, it's got to be wowza. But you get to be unique in that. If you know anything about me, I'm obsessed with sparkles and magic. And so if I could, I would bippity-boppity-boo all around here, and you get your dreams, and you get your dreams, and you get your dreams. What do you want for your life? And you've heard this, right? You've probably watched 100 reels with somebody's audio in the background saying, what do you want for your life today? And you think it's amazing, and you save it, and you send it to your friends. But are you actually taking the time to figure it out? Because without that, you're not going to do the do here. You're not going to be rooted. You're going to take a couple of hits and maybe be done, and I don't want that for you. The thing that I found in life is having proof. That's all I did. I was like, single mom, how am I going to make it? Oh, here's a single mom. She's made it. Oh, this person's made it. In anything in life. Find the proof that helps you stay with this. That's what I did when I was in the fitness. Then I met a girl, and I'm like, oh, she's got 6 kids. Okay. So I don't have an excuse. Oh, that's airbrushed. Then I met her. I'm like, okay, that's not airbrushed. So, right? Find proof. You can find proof of everything. So if you think this isn't going to work, you're going to find proof. If you think you're too old, you're going to find proof. If you think you need to be whatever, you're going to find proof. So how about you turn the frequency to proof of the things that you want for your life, the big dreams. Yeah. And it's not about doing more. There's a concept that I've really rooted in the last year and a half of being the person, right? That's why I was already a fitness pro when I was nowhere near a fitness pro. I was already a millionaire when I was nowhere near a millionaire. So show up here as the him or the her that already has the dream that you want. And it might not be the biggest dream. It might just be you're going to show up here tomorrow feeling your first enrollment. This is that space you get to show up because you have to be them before you get it. It's not fake it till you make it. It's be it and then take it. Sometimes I come up with some doozies. So we talked about vision, but it's also about your mission. And again, this is steps and stages. I was just like, I ain't talking about a mission. I'm just trying to pay some bills. Like I am, working a full-time job, dropping my kids off early at school, working another job, trying to build an online fitness community. I don't have time to think about saving the world. But the beautiful thing that happens when we're in this world is you start to just pay forward what you got. Pay forward feeling better, and pay forward paying for a bill here or there. Pay forward being around more positive people. Pay forward possibility. And it becomes something so much more. And when I started here, my little monkeys were this. Just these little, and so those of you that have kids or small kids, and you're in the depths of the like, oh God, I'm at soccer, I'm at here, I'm at soccer, I'm at there, I'm at there, I'm at there, and you're losing it. And maybe some of you don't have kids, but you know people with kids. Maybe some of you have puppies, same thing. Puppy in, puppy out, except you can't put kids in a crate. So, but this is who they were. This is who they were. When I started, it was for them. It was for me to be with them. I wasn't thinking about anybody else. It was just me, please. Let me do this. I don't care who says no. I'm just like, my vision was taking me there. I could never have scripted who'd say yes. I could never, like, some of you are trying to script it so hard of who's going to say yes. You just let that shizzle go. You can't script it because this is them now. Like, excuse me? What? Blink of an eye? Huh? I was just in Portugal with my eldest, who's 21, and then I just moved my daughter, who turns 20 next week, in Montreal. And my little tiny baby is 6'6" and is heading to Queens for basketball. Like, it goes so fast. Life goes so fast. So now I was doing it so that they can have their choices. You know, like Laura talked about, that they didn't have to worry about where they go to school. My son says, can I have a little bit more? I want to go to Paris. Hell yes. Hell yes. And then this was me. Look at those cheeks. Right. So cute. Why are cute cheeks like that good when you're a baby? But then, you know, that's... Anyway. And this is my parents now. They just had their 60th anniversary, and my mom is very near to the end of her time. And so the ability to hop on a plane and be there at any time, they're in Winnipeg. It's not about the money. It's about the time. Time with them, time when you need to be there, time when you choose to be there. It's for the holy shiz manizza moments. 4 years ago, almost to the day, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I lost it, obviously. And this world and this community, I did the same things I just talked to you about. My vision only allowed an incredible outcome. If somebody came up to me and said, well, my aunt, I was like, unless this ends in a rock star with super fabulous boobs now, I don't want to hear it. I did not let it in. It's the same thing here. So I did it for her. I did it for these amazing humans. You know, and Sharon, she talked about how, you know, I got hit down and I get back up. I get knocked down, I get back up. And there's so many of you in this room that, you know, we're all getting knocked down, friends. We're all getting stuff come at us. And I love sparkles, and I have this mirror ball. And the other day I picked it up and I was like, because I think I'm great now, you know, so I had this profound idea. I'm like, the mirror ball doesn't sparkle if it ain't broken. Right? So you in your mess is really your magic. The things that you're like, I don't want them to know that about me. I can't really say that. That's what people need to hear. Really, now more than ever, right? Little lower. Little lower. So the truth is, we really do get to decide, get to choose, not have to, not need to think differently, to feel differently, to live differently, and to be differently. And I have never, in my 53 years on this earth, seen an environment or a place or an industry or a space that allows for you to do that. I just haven't. So if someone's coming at you and saying, oh, blah, 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 grab my belief. Pretend I'm wrapping my arms around you. Because they just don't know, and that's okay. Because you know. And your only goal is to pay that forward. Not convince them, not make anybody, but to pay the feeling that you're feeling in your soul forward now. If you could all please stand up. Do you have the courage to go first? Say yes. Yes. Do you have the courage to keep going even if 10 people say no to you? Yes. Do you have the courage to be here a year from now even if everyone on your list says no? Yes. Do you have the courage to be your own magical self? Yes. Do you have the courage to help other people do that? Yes. Do you have the courage to offer this for other people with no expectations whatsoever for yourself? Yes. All right. So I want you all to turn to your left. And I want you all to raise your right foot. Yeah. And on the count of 3, we're going to take a step. 1, 2, 3. Take a step. Congratulations. You've done everything you need to do to get this party started. Thank you, guys.